All right, just a minute or two late here. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Justin Clark here. Time to take a look at the Bitcoin and crypto markets and see what's going on. As you come on, if you'd like to say hello, drop a comment, drop a heart, drop a like. Let me know if you're watching this live or on replay and where you're tuning in from. That would be great. And then also, if you want to get these type of market analysis in your inbox, you can follow me on Facebook or subscribe to our YouTube channel. Now, let's take a look here because we want to just dive right in to see what's happening with Bitcoin this morning. And we do these analysis. I do these for iCoinPro members because we want to look at what's happening with the crypto markets and try to determine when there might be a larger move, right? And try to anticipate that to the best of our ability. Excuse me. This is not beer. It's green tea. You can see it on the label. Anyway, the reality of what happens in these crypto markets is Bitcoin is like a big bully, right? So if Bitcoin goes up, the rest of the market tends to trend up. If Bitcoin dumps, the rest of the market definitely dumps. And often it's outsized, the reaction of these altcoins, these smaller coins. If Bitcoin dumps 3%, the altcoins might dump 10 or 15%. All right. So that's how things work in these markets. So we always keep a very close eye on Bitcoin so we can potentially anticipate where the trend is going next and know how to trade appropriately. With what we do, we like to trade in and out on the trend rather than try to predict. We like to react rather than think we know better or that we're smarter than these markets. So we use a chart setup here that I'm looking at that for members of iCoinPro, if you want to find this chart setup, go to my iCoinPro training, click on Micro Profit System Part 3, hit go, and you go right down here. It's called the MA Momentum Chart Setup. It stands for Moving Average Momentum. And it's a fantastic setup, and I'll explain just briefly how it works, but watch the full training for all the information. We have a bunch of these. They're called moving averages. This purple one, this maroon one, gold, green, etc. The way you don't need to know how this is all calculated and how these lines are created. All you need to know is this: when the price action, which is these green, see these red candles and green candles, looks like Christmas. Sometimes it's like Christmas, sometimes it's not, depending on the candles. When the price action is trading above all of these moving averages, above all these lines, and in particular, when the price action pulls further and further away, and you can see here how these moving averages are getting further and further from the price action, the more momentum is potentially being built for the asset. This works in anything. You can look at stocks, you can look at crypto, you can look at whatever you want to look at. This holds true for any of those. And the opposite is also true. So here we see the price action is above and it pulls away, goes down a little bit, but then goes even higher, pulls further away from these moving averages, and we're just building more and more momentum in a bullish way. Now, the opposite is also true when it goes the other way. Here you can see the price action going below, all right? And the moving average is pulling away from the price action, and that builds a bearish momentum or a bear market. And you can see that down through the history of Bitcoin and crypto. Here we have a big bullish move. The market did from about 1,000, 1,200. And here it is just pulling away until it went all the way up to 20,000. All right. Then we came down and got stuck under all these moving averages here, could not get above them. And then we broke away here and went further away from these moving averages. And then the market has to conquer all of them and get above them again in order to potentially build up to a bullish scenario. So you can almost instantly see whether you are potentially in a bull market, potentially in a bear market, or you're kind of in between. Now, right now, we could be transitioning to another bullish wave. Maybe that's going to happen. Maybe it's not. We definitely need to get through the previous all-time high, which we just failed at a couple of days ago. We have a pullback happening. As long as we stay above this light purple line here on this setup, which, by the way, this setup is available to everybody in the iCoinPro trading portal, our software. You just go to this little drop down here, click on load chart layout, and you can load the MA momentum chart setup to look at coins. Okay. So as long as we stay above here, which is like 69.70K, and stay above this light purple line, that tends to be kind of like the bull maker, right? When we start trading above that line and it acts as support, here we go. We touch it here, blast right off, touch it, blast right off. Okay. That is potentially good. You can see it over here, trading above. It's hard to see here when this made such a big move, but trading above the light purple line, trading above, comes down a little bit, but then right back above. This is what the bulls like to see, is us continuing to trade above that. It's the SMMA 7, smooth moving average number 7. So right now we are trading above that, but a pullback to that could cause some of the altcoins to really dump. So if we hit 69.70K and put pressure on that, the altcoins could really dump a bit in response. If we lose that, then we have this dark purple trend line to stay above and potentially retest, which is at about 65. If we lose 65, then we got 60. And then down below that, this is the last line of defense of the bull case or bull market scenario. And that's at about 57, 58K. Okay. So those are the downward levels, 69, 70, maybe 60, 68.5, somewhere in that area. Below that 65K, below that 60, and then we go down to where the bulls do not want us to go. We don't know if we're going to go there or not. You never do. We just take it one day at a time. On the flip side, we got to get above this previous all-time high of 74K. We're going to call it around 74. 74 would mean we're moving. And it's got to have good volume, meaning that a lot of people are showing up to create that momentum. All right. So that's where we are right now. We got to just keep an eye, pretty close eye on 68, 69K, probably, maybe 70. 70 is a psychological level. But if we lose that, it'd be pretty easy to pull back to 68, 69K and test that out. All right. And on the upside, 74K, we need to overcome that and start trading above that to get people excited that we could be moving into a new higher trading range. So that's where we are. Again, watch for this pullback. Alts can kind of dump a bit. But if we get a quick bounce back up, that's very positive. Okay, that's going to show a potential for a bullish move. Again, none of this is investment advice, and we don't care. We don't care if Bitcoin goes to 100K or $1,000. We're just going to keep trading in and out. I've been outperforming Bitcoin since September 2019 with this system. So we'll just have to see what happens here. If we don't get through, then the market is going to consider this probably a double top, which is a traditional trading thing. Here's top 1 and here's top 2. And that's not good. That means that we've just run out of buyers. Nobody wants to buy it anymore for 74, 75K. All right. Everybody wants to sell at that level, and there's more sellers than buyers. And if that's the case, then we could start into a bearish cycle. So we just have to keep everything, on the table. The funny thing about tops of markets and bottoms of markets, the top of the market never feels like the top, and the bottom never feels like the bottom. Top feels like it's going to go up forever. The bottom feels like it'll go down forever. It's just how it is. I've been through tons of tops and bottoms. So, everybody feeling like they need to be buying right now because they're afraid of missing out. They might be buying the top because it doesn't feel like a top when it's a top. It feels like it's just going to go up forever, like it's destiny. And everybody knows it's a sure thing. So anyway, we'll see. We'll see what happens here. But again, anything can happen in these crazy crypto markets. All right, flipping over here, looking at our software to see what's potentially hot to trade. I'm going to look through here. I'm not super excited about anything today. Doge just did a nice dip. We'll have to see if that wants to play. Oh, it's doing more of a dip. So that's even cooler. So that's getting, hold on, let me refresh this, make sure we're all up to snuff here with our Doge. So this did a nice dip. Let's see what the recovery was here. Almost 2%, so that's pretty cool. Had just a little over a 3% spread. So personally, I'm going to set an alert here, and we're going to see if we come back and hit it. Always cautious when it's kind of like, oh, actually, we've done some dippity dipping. So we'll see. It's retesting this level here. We'll see what happens. Got an alert set there. Keeping an eye on Doge right now. So definitely Doge is one I'm kind of looking at. Maybe this DGen USD, if it does a really nice, beautiful dip sequence with good roller coastering, meaning it's going up and down. If I go to the V1 software, sometimes I'll sort this by 24-hour volume. Nah, nothing exciting. And average load SMA, nothing super exciting. This is potential profit on a dip trade. Nothing super exciting there. So I'm putting Doge on my list, maybe that DGen, and that's it. Otherwise, I'm going to let the software, the trackers, just kind of look at everything and find me the good ones when they happen. But otherwise, I'll be just kind of waiting to see what happens here. All right, everybody, that's all I've got for today. Let's see if, one last thing, just really quick. I want to cover this. Blockchainwhispers.com. We use this. It's easy to get the data, but they pull from Binance shorts and longs. These are relatively even. Longs are people who are betting Bitcoin's going up, generally with leverage, so it's very risky trading. Shorts are people betting Bitcoin's going down, generally with leverage. So it's very risky trading. If you hear people losing all their money quickly, that's because of leverage trading. And we don't teach leverage trading here. Okay. That's gambling. You end up losing almost unequivocally, 100%. Even if you have a good run of things, you're going to lose it all real quick. That's how leverage trading goes. So we don't teach that because of the risk factor, but more people feel that we're going down from here, but it's not exaggerated. If this goes over 70% and the price creeps higher and higher and higher, and it keeps shorting, that could set up for a squeeze trade, which is when all the people who are short betting Bitcoin's going down get squeezed out of the market or liquidated. But we're not there. Right now, it's kind of normal. So, and a little bit of a bent towards short. So we're not exaggerated yet here. So we'll just have to see, keep an eye on that. But if that goes up, starts to get to 70%, then we could be setting up for a more dramatic up move in a short squeeze. All right, that's all I've got, everybody. Let's see what happens today in these crazy crypto markets. And I know I'll be keeping an eye on my phone because I feel like with where we're at, we're going to be starting to get some really exciting dynamic movement. And that's what we thrive on, volatility and volume. All right, everybody, let's see what happens today. Bye-bye.